Jai Satgurudeva. Namaskaram, everybody. Quick, small satsang today based on the real question one of my close friends circle, someone asked me. So the question goes like this. Hi Shri, I never thought I will have to ask this, but I want to ask now. Question number one. If someone bothers us and we know that person has tortured others too, but still progressing very well in his life, is it due to their prarabdha karma that they still progress? Or the question number two, should we think it's our purva papa punya that such a person has entered in our life to trouble us? And three, if we think negative for that person and absolutely pray with heart for something bad should happen for that person, will it reduce our punya, whatever little we should have achieved? How best we should deal in such situations so that it doesn't affect our spiritual life in a negative way, thus adding problems, pabams to our life. Shri Guru Bhyo Nama. So, before we get into straight answers to these questions, I would like to say something recall something what Ramana Maharshi, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, many of us sages said. It is about the Sakshi Swarupa, right? We have all learnt a lot about it, but when it comes to the real life practical situation, we fail to live that learnings. That is where all the chanchala starts, all the problems arises to us, and we get into that trembling state. That's the core of this problem as I see it. I go through that. Everybody go through. Only thing what we wanted to do at that point in time is just recall what we learned and try or even attempt to live that niyama for a few minutes. You will get out of the trembling state. So what all you should remember? There are so many things. What do you want me to relevant to this context? What do you want me to remember? You tell me that. So, to start with, when you know all that around you is lie, then there is no pain. Right? Number of times we have seen what you see, what you go through is all what was perceived by your mind. Your mind is nothing but collection of thoughts that you had. So you need to understand this reality. When you know all that around you is lie, there is no pain. It's also called Jignasha Nivarti. Right? Stay inside the heart. Hugging Arunachala. Stay inside the heart, meaning what? Mind should settle in heart. How will that mind settle inside the heart? By holding on to something. How do I do? Japa. Keep doing namasmarana. Japa. Get out of all these things. Be in satsang. Refine. And then try to recall what is Purnatvam. Right? There is something called Nirvihada Shanti, meaning be at peace without any ubhaya. Without help of anything, try to be at peace. Like some people say, I go to this temple, I'm very peaceful. When I do Annadana, I'm very happy. These are all doing something and getting a peace. That is also good to start with. But eventually, We should become, get the Shanti without doing anything. When that state of attainment comes, all these thought processes and questions will really go far away from us. One thing we should really, really keep in mind is let things happen on its own. Don't plan too many things. We should be happy living in uncertainty. That's the true happiness. Things will happen the way it wants, not the way we want. It's most of the time happens in life like that, and we keep thinking so much about it, fighting about it, asking about it. Just happily accept things came your way. Running behind something and die for what? Like everybody says, not living the life today, right? Why do we want to do that? So a simple other example is it's like when you go to Girivalam in Tiruvannamalai, you will see people get distracted by phone calls. Some will do Annadanam, some will give laddu in one line, some will suddenly form a queue, some will hold their children and pacifying them, some will buy a toy on the way. All these are prarabdha. In between of all these things, we just quickly look at the Arunachala hill, take a glimpse of it, and have that momentary happiness in our mind, right? For a fraction of a second, Arunachala, Arul Arunachala. That is santosham. That is santosham. That is happiness. That is, in fact, it's sadhana, actually. Right? So, that's the way to live our life. This is life. Another beautiful example Ramana says is a lady carrying water on the pot on her head. When she's talking with other friends of hers and walking on, all her focus will be on the pot while she's doing the job. That is equivalent to Adhyatma Sadhana. That is what we wanted to do. Let people come in our life. Let people give trouble. Let people try to torture. Let people do whatever they want. You understand the reality. You realize that what you see around is not the truth. The truth is somewhere else. That focus is on the water pot. Be with your Egakridam. Live with that. Yedurcha labha santushta. Things should happen, will happen by on its way, and the nature will make you happy. Not all the time the way you plan, and the things won't happen that way itself. Like for example, you get the satsang only with Bhagavan's Kripa. If Bhagavan's Kripa is not there, you won't be able to listen to the satsang. It's not because I am saying something great. No, I am not saying anything beyond my own selves. This is all what I learned. I'm just sharing. Right? So, Lord God won't change the prarabdha. He will only prepare you to face that. The sharira is prarabdha. Life that revolves around this prarabdha is what we go through. For example, not all the things go the way it is. For some people, we will see at the age of 6, at the age of 4, they recite so many things. They become a super duper Carnatic singer, a dancer or something like that. When they grow up, we will be thinking, oh my God, this kid will be like at the age of 30, will be this big celebrity. No, that kid will be nowhere to be seen. Will become one normal person. On the other hand, there will be one Parama Laukika, normal materialistic man, will certainly be nothing. He would have been changed and sitting in the foothills of Arunachala. So, whatever happens is His will. Need to take like that and live like that. Right? We all have something called Antarika Dharma. We need to hold that without having any condition to it. Right? So now let me quickly come to the part where you asked a specific question. If someone bothers us and we know that person has tortured others too but is progressing well in his life, is it due to the prarabdha karma or that they are still progressing? First of all, the person is torturing us and he has tortured others as well. That very word torture is a perspective, right? It sounds like a torture to you. For someone, it may sound like teaching. Someone, it may sound like something else. So who will define that? How would we make the conclusion? Right? So if the person is still proceeding the way, progressing the way he should be, then it is definitely his prarabdha. Should we think it's our purva papa that such a person has entered our life to trouble us? Again, here is a perspective. Recall, what you see around is not true. Lot of lie is around you and the truth is something else. You should connect the dots here. Then this will become nothing in front of you. If we think negative for that person and absolutely pray with heart for something bad should happen for that person, will it reduce our punyas? Yes, of course. The moment you think something negative for someone, remember Adi Shankara, remember the Advaita Tattva. There is only oneness, there is only one thing, there is no duality. So Parabrahma Swarupa is all of us. A small piece of speck of dot or dust of Parabrahma is what we are. And end of the day, our journey is all of us have to go and merge with one. So when all of us are one, where is that you as a person thinking negative to someone else? Is that even possible? And you are creating negativity for yourself. Simple as that, right? It may not be the best answer that what you want to listen, but it is what it is. How best we should deal with such situations so that it doesn't affect our spiritual life in a negative way? Just bless the person. We should not find fault with many people because we are not clean, we are not clear. No one is. So if someone is not perfect and doing a mistake, please do not go and try to correct that person. You just smile. His time will come. The nature will teach a lesson and move on. You continue your sadhana and continue to add that person to your sadhana and bless him. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu.